flat out. In the club, aren't the lights down like they are now? That's a little intimate to me. Yeah, it is. Like I said before, if you're not interested in the girl, you should just, take her through a drive-through date. It'll be all right. You'll be all right in the morning. She's fed. Hey, come on, man. That's what I would do. Feelings. You already hurting her feelings. You're not that interested. She probably knows that you really ain't that interested. Uh, we just gonna have to agree to disagree. At least I fed her.
All right. Anybody else have a where would you take situation? Anybody else got an answer to that question? Walmart. Okay. Wow. So you grocery shopping? Just Walmart. We just walking in Walmart. All right. Okay, let's go with this next question.
All right, next question. Ooh, this is a good one. How do you love someone that's afraid to open up when you know you love them with everything in you?
All right. How do you love someone who's afraid to open up when you know that you love them with everything in you? I'm giving this to Fort Worth famous Yaba.
I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't even gonna put myself out there like that. Cause if you ain't trying to get in where you fit in, then I'm gonna go shit like James St. Patrick. Bye. So I mean, I'm serious. I'm not finna sit up here and pour out my feelings and put my all into something you not trying to give me. You not trying to give. I'm trying to at least try to give a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna sit up and hurt myself trying to love on you. No, bye, Felicia. Okay, bye.
All right.
If you feel that the person is valuable enough, I think you should know their love language and not try to give them what you want to give them, but give them what they're asking for. Because a lot of times we get caught up into saying, I want to do all this for you, but then a lot of times we get caught up in doing what we think is good, but not actually doing what they're asking you for.
That's good. That's good. You know what? I'm going to let the DJ answer this one, too. How do you love someone who's afraid to open up when you love them with all that's in you?
Ooh. How do you love someone with all your heart? And what's going on with them? But they're afraid to open up? Ooh. I don't know. You got to set some boundaries as far as how far you go. Because, as a person, I hate to get mushy, but shoot, as far as you go, I go to the end of the earth for you. But I hope that I do well enough so that it can be reciprocated. And that's the thing that you do when you go in a relationship. You hope that you give enough to where the person sees what you're giving and they reciprocate it. So that's all you can really do.
All right. Anybody else? Anybody else got a response to that? Y'all not that deep. He said all of it. Okay. All right, Quincy, go to the next question.
But they're not ready. They're scared. No, that was part of the whole question. They're saying they're scared. I'm not saying that they're scared. That was part of the question. Okay.
What do you
Read it again.
do?
What do you do when you are in love with someone, but they're not ready? They're scared, quote unquote.
Scared to make a commitment? Ah. Okay.
They need to get unscared real quick.
Real quick, right? Right.
I'm gonna take y'all stance on this. You run. No, I'm just. Once again, if you value that person, then you have to kind of work with them. You know, you have to. You know, if they got issues, then they scared. Then you got to kind of deal with that issue. You got to kind of. How long you deal with it until your patience run out. You know, until you can't. You know, like we say, you give all you can give until you can't give no more, and then you just don't. But if they scared, then you have to put yourself. A lot of times we don't put ourselves in a position. We done been scared before. You know, I have. You don't stay scared. That's each person have their own scare kind of. If you value that person, you do strategies. For a man, we have to do strategies because y'all messed up. As far as women, no, I'm just saying overall. I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying. No, I know it, but I'm just saying overall. That ain't what the question was. Here, take this.
All right. So at the okay. Oh.
See, there you go.
It does.
All right. That's good. That must have been your question. So she was like, I'm just going to finish this. Let me let y'all know what I was talking about. All right. Good deal. Let me ask, is Miss Trill in the house? Miss Trill? No. Okay. All right. Okay, y'all. We're going to just one more question. And, hold on.
Get another one.
For now. And then we'll do the other ones.
Would you be willing to date someone who is willing to wait until marriage to have sex?
Okay. Who was that no? That astounding no. You say no?
That was a collective. I don't think it was just one person that said that shit. This is not 1979. This is not 1979.
Nope, I wouldn't be able to do it because I need to test drive that car before I buy it. What if we get married and he don't please me sexually or in the bedroom? Then what?
Then you teach him.
Yeah, but no, we married, we going in, we know.
If you
each
married,
other.
you in love, right? You are deeply in love. That's why you got married.
in love, but still, you still have to be pleased sexually.
But you might not be as perfect as you
That's
think
how.
you are.
That's how. Hey, listen, maybe not, but we won't make it to the altar if I'm not.
Well,
Go purchase some equipment. Get some toys and shit. Get you some
it's
toys and shit.
Shit, we got a whole thing that we can do.
I think it's both ways. I think if you have, I personally wouldn't. I personally wouldn't, but I think that it is. I think you can do that, and it may work out and it may not. But I'm not a gambler like that. So.
I mean, do I get to at least see it?
Oh. Okay, so anybody else have a thought on that? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, who is that? I hear, okay, hold on. Here it comes.
As somebody who has been in this situation, I personally could wait if the person checked off all my boxes on everything else, because I feel like sex is not the most important thing.
There you go.
But they would have to be somebody very, very special. I couldn't do that for anybody.
Okay, so I'm just going to add this. Do you think that maybe that could also have something to do with, let's say you're an older couple, like more mature. Like, you know, people are getting married at 70 plus, right? And so if you're an older couple, that may not be at the top of your list, right? And so you just, well, okay, and I understand. Because, of course, in your 20s and 30s and all that, like, you just like, boo, that's not, so, yeah, that's where you are. But, you know, as an older, mature, you know, 70s, 80s, come on, have y'all seen that? People are getting married older, much older now.
But
And
ain't
so that's
nobody-
not something that's not top of their list, right?
Ain't nobody in here in their 70s, so nobody can relate.
But I'm saying that is something that it may not be that important to them, is all I'm saying.
Somebody need to give her a mic.
Right.
Give her a mic right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, give her a mic. There you go. That's what I said. Teach them.
Yeah, she over there reading out of nigalations.
My thing
There's
is,
pornos
why
out there.
can't
You
you,
can learn from
if you're not
pornos.
getting the sex that you want or whatever, why can't you teach that
Pornos,
person
yeah.
what gets you out? Everything doesn't get everybody out. Just because he was good with Sally don't mean he's going to be good with Becky. Becky's standards might be different.
That's true.
So, he
That
might
is
impress
very
you. Something happened somewhere around the line. He can't do what he was doing to you at first. What happens? Your relationship based on that, you're going to leave? What's the difference? It's bad sex is bad sex at any point in time in a relationship.
Some people have different levels of progression. And so if you in a level of progression, we have different level of progression. So if I'm attracted to you, men, as a man perspective, if I'm attracted to you physically, right?
Right.
And then we get into that sexual part and that intimate part works out, then we can go to other levels. It's not saying that if something happened to you, I'm not going to be there for you. But in the level of progression,
Okay. So-
sometimes that's in the level of
So
progression.
we're going to go back to what she said over there. So everything else checked off right and the sex isn't right. You're going to leave that person alone because the sex wasn't what you thought it should be?
I would try. Now, yeah. I would try. Now, me personally, he said,
Somebody had no hesitation.
I would personally try to work with them. Like I say, it's other ways that you can work with a person, but I would personally try to work with them. No, don't try to throw judge at me because we work.
Give me the microphone. And we work with a lot of stuff concerning you women. We got to dance around all your stuff. Yeah, you all right. You all right. Hey, ladies, I'm not here to argue with you. I'm just going to tell you, you are right. There are a lot of things that men deal with, especially after a certain age, impotence. You can go all down the line. But let's not forget, ladies, there's a lot of things that y'all deal with that we got to work around, too, because that box ain't always juicy. You know that. Whoa. You know what I'm speaking of. Do what? There is no reason that you can name. We are all human beings. There is no reason that you can name as a woman that you go through that a man don't go through in the man's. Do what? No, what I'm saying is there are equal and opposites, right? But they're all equal. They're all equal. There's nothing that a woman goes through that a man don't go through on a man's level. We ain't got to start menopause. Menopause ain't got nothing to do. Exactly. Is that not an equal and opposite? Is that not an equal and opposite? It's not.
Okay.
It is. It is. You are sadly mistaken, ladies. I apologize, but you are sadly mistaken. Yeah, I'm ready for the next question, but we can keep riding this too at the same time.
All right. Thank y'all for that. We go put a pause on it. Is Miss Trill here? She pulling up? Okay. All right, y'all. So you know what? She's pulling up, and because we were waiting on her to walk in the door so she can kick us off. RJ, come to the back, to the front of the back. All right, thank y'all so much. We're not done. We got a whole bunch of questions.
A whole bunch of questions. And I definitely want to talk to you too. I'm gonna be right there with you, baby. I'm gonna be right there with you.